We learn that we learn, first of all, and I shouldn't laugh because it's very, very sad for the people who've lost their jobs, but two major companies, Qenos and Tritium, have both gone under this week. They're two of the companies that we should be building our future on. Manufacturing companies, James, one of them involved in renewables, the other involved in polyethylene. These are the companies of the future. Jenny George, a former Labor minister, has said, we will not build a future Australia if we don't have enough gas supplies. The clowns that are running the show, the Albanese cabinet, is an absolute farce. They launched Made in Australia as one after another the dominoes come tumbling down around us. Manufacturing ceases to exist in this country because we can't afford the energy. That's what you've done, Labor. That's what you've done, Bowen. You've done it to us.
I mean, let's put this also into sort of the broader context, too, of what we've just been talking about. Let's think about what kind of a country Australia is becoming. So it's going to be a country where there's, if Labor has their way, no free speech. You listen to the authorities, you listen to the cops, you do what you're told, you don't get out of line, because that's national unity, where you don't have any sort of manufacturing or economy, adding value to anything, and where all you've just now got, and you're going to see a lot of this in the budget, which is coming up on May 14th, everybody. Watch for your tax dollars being put into funds, many of which are going to be off-budget funds to encourage industry, they're going to say, but which is going to go to big-time investors, all of your AGLs, all your Michael Cannon Brooks, all of these sorts of people out there who have got their hand in the government trough here for these solar schemes and all of these other things where they're guaranteed a return by your tax money because they don't actually have to provide the cheap energy anymore. But we are a country that should be so prosperous off the bat of cheap and plentiful, constant energy, and we are throwing away with both hands. Our economy is going in the toilet if we don't have this. We're propping up the GDP with mass migration, with all the effects that has on everything from housing to social cohesion, as we've talked about, and we're not going to be allowed to talk about it. Is this the Australia that we want? I really, really hope that's not where we're going, but think about it.
Well, it is the way we're going, Rita, because you have a controlled economy on the one hand and you have a controlled media and what you hear on the other hand. That is the classic, basic formula of communism. Control censorship on the one hand and control the economy on the other and decide who gets what money. James has just described communism. That's what we are getting under this government, and the Liberal Party have to stop it and must win the next election. We've got to get rid of the Teals. They got to go. We've got to get the Liberals to get rid of this government because they're destroying this country in front of our eyes, Rita.
Yes, and this plan to become some sort of a solar panel superpower, it is so absurd that even the leftist Grattan Institute has mocked it. I mean, it is patently ludicrous to think that with one of the highest paid workforces anywhere in the world, we're going to manufacture solar panels that are going to compete with China using Uyghur slave labour. And already there's a glut of solar panels
around the world,
from what we're hearing. So what market are we going to be? And this, they donated, what, $1 billion of our money to that plan? And who becomes rich from that? The people who are already becoming very rich through renewables, mainly through taxpayer largesse.
And if you question it, you can't question it, because don't forget, the government and the police are the sole source of all information.